For any Battlefield fans out there, the long wait for new content is really painful. We all know that the next Battlefield title is due to release in 2021 at some point, probably October 2021. However, the exact release date hasn't yet been given to us, plus I still think we're some time off teasers and leaks. As I said, this is fairly painful. It's a wait that none of us really expected to have, and none of us are really enjoying. It's not like we have an older Battlefield game just to jump back on and play. Sure, we do have Battlefield 3, 4, 1, all those games which are good fun, but it's not like previous years where we were waiting for Battlefield 1 but we could still play BF4 or Battlefield Hardline, both games of which weren't really that old at the time of maybe 2015, 2016. Right now we're waiting until 2021 with the most recent Battlefield game releasing in 2018. That's going to be a 3-year wait. Not to mention Battlefield 5, the game that did release in 2018, has been fairly underwhelming. Content was cut off earlier than expected, and the content that we do have isn't really what I want to go and play. Battlefield 5 has done all it can, and whilst I still go back and play BF3 and 4, it seems to be missing something. I've played all the content, I've done everything there is to do really, and the servers are starting to feel a little bit stagnant with big player stacks, lots of players that I've bumped into loads, and the player count is quite low, and we all know what happens when you start to get a lower player count. What have you been doing in this break between Battlefield games? I know a lot of other content creators have moved over to Call of Duty, a franchise that was directly rivaling Battlefield during that 2016 Battlefield 1 incredible hype train that we saw, but has since just gone back to doing what it usually does, which is dominate Battlefield, sell far more games, and be something that really can't be compared to the Battlefield franchise. Nor should it be really, I think Battlefield's its own thing. I'm not really going to move away from Battlefield. Personally, when I do play video games, I mix up a mixture of Battlefield and then maybe some sim racing, and then I'll go and play other games. Vermintide 2 is a game I've played a bunch of, Elite Dangerous, I'm looking to pick up maybe a couple of other games as well, just to add to that collection, but Battlefield has always been the staple. It's very difficult for me to move away from a game that I've played for so many hours on lots of different platforms, and lots of different games as well. I've been with the franchise for quite a while now. This makes me think though that Battlefield 6, when it does come around, could be a bit of an overreaction to the criticism and the failures that we saw in Battlefield 5. A lot of people believe that Battlefield 5 did some things right. Things like the buddy revive, maybe fortifications was something that you enjoyed, vehicle ammo supply, although I couldn't really get on board with that, but there are lots of different things they brought into Battlefield 5 that they thought would work. Maybe for whatever reason they didn't, but some people certainly enjoyed them. We saw attrition at the very start of Battlefield 5 that was virtually cut off immediately and watered down. That could be something that replaced the hardcore mode, and maybe people would enjoy that. What I'm saying is that DICE might take a look at the failures in Battlefield 5 and just think we're not going to go anywhere near that ever again, and go and create something completely different, or they could look at it and say we're going to do a better job. Both of those scenarios don't really excite me, but as you know, all I want is a remastered Battlefield 3. To be honest, the main issue that I had with Battlefield 5 was that it was just rushed. It came out and didn't really do anything properly. The majority of people faced issues such as bugs with their soldiers, the weapons, the lighting. I mean, there's a massive list of bugs that are still prevalent in Battlefield 5, but other things like the maps weren't really up to standard in my opinion, and the vehicles certainly weren't either. They drip fed the content through the live service, which removed that big hype that we used to get behind a new DLC dropping, but at the same time did keep the game active, I suppose, because we were receiving this content bit by bit. The main thing though is that the game just wasn't up to par. It released, people realised it didn't sell a whole load of copies, people didn't really keep playing the game, and overall it wasn't a fantastic Battlefield game. A lot of people enjoy it, sure. I enjoy lots of games which aren't considered to be great games either, but the reality of it is Battlefield 5 wasn't on the same sort of standard as Battlefield 1. Talking about games that have kept me interested in recent weeks though, and I think we have to take a look at Venice Unleashed, the Battlefield 3 mod that will be coming to your screens in the near future. Now it's not just Venice Unleashed, it's some of the mods that are on top of that, and we've got a mod which is very interesting called the Battlefield 3 Reality mod. Now I played in a secret playtest not too long ago, and I say secret, lots of people were involved in it, but we weren't allowed to record and post footage from it. I had a lot of fun playing that. There were some parts of it that I didn't really get on board with, but I think that's because I'm not a fan of these slower paced reality style games such as Arma or Squad. I do see the appeal of them, but I can't really get into it. I might be a tad bit impatient for that sort of thing. I did see the potential in this mod though, and with it being Battlefield 3, I was definitely excited to see more. They've been working on it for a long time. I think that it really could have a significant part to play in the future of Battlefield, and when they do get round to releasing a little bit more footage and allowing myself and other creators to record and release some footage, I think you'll be very, very happy with what they've done. They are looking to up the ante a little bit, get some more people involved, and then start to maybe create something that is going to be a little bit more polished, maybe a little bit more content as well, which I'm very much looking forward to. But the basics of it are there. We did play on a few maps. The highlight for me was Strike at Karkand. I really enjoy the central part of that map, and essentially what we were looking at is an operation where one team is on one side of the map, the other team's on the other side of the map, no vehicles involved, and you had to try and capture the central objectives. You moved in, you didn't have a mini-map, no spotting, really hardcore stuff, and you had to go and look for maybe a squad leader to tell you what to do, and they'd be on VoIP and you'd be able to hear them. They'd tell you exactly where to go, exactly what to do. A lot of people really enjoy that experience, and that is something that I think you'll be seeing a little bit more of in the future on this channel. I'm not going to get into creating loads of content like that, but I think it does have its place, and I think that a lot of you could enjoy it. So I guess this video has just been a little bit of a filler really between Top Plays episodes and Only in Battlefield episodes, as I'm just trying to let you know where I am at the minute with the Battlefield franchise, what I'm doing. I'm trying really to find a way of passing the time before the next game comes out, or at least until the teasers start coming out. That's when people will start getting really excited, because it doesn't matter what game they're releasing, DICE know how to tease a game. Battlefield 3 has proved that. Battlefield 4 did a pretty good job. BF1 was fantastic for the trailer and the marketing. Battlefield 5 not so much, but I'm sure that they'll get back on track with the next one. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying Battlefield, whatever game you are playing, and I'll catch you in the next video.